I would start skating contests when I was 6. Won every contest I skated for like 3 years. Started doing higher ranking contests and did pretty good in those. Won, got a few here and there, seconds, but never really got anywhere past podium. So I don't know, and then turned pro and just having a great career.
USA Network presents.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, would you bring your attention to me? Do you want it? Do you need it? Let me hear it.
The AST Dew Tour.
It's a warm and windy kickoff for the first stop of the AST Dew Tour from Baltimore, Maryland. It's the Panasonic Open. Thousands of fans on hand ready to see their favorite action sports athletes. Today is Skateboard Park, and they came out in the droves. This is a sporting mecca for both baseball and football. Orioles Park to the left. We see the Ravens Stadium right behind us there, but they're all out to see action sports today. The front runner has to be two-time defending champion in Skateboard Park, Ryan Sheckler. He won the 05 and 06 Dew Cup. He only lost 2 events last year. He lost both of those events to Jeremy Rogers. Jeremy Rogers seems to be the only guy that on a consistent basis seems to step up to the young Sheckler, and he's looking for his first ever Dew Cup championship. But this is a long, long series, ladies and gentlemen. Stop number 1 out of 5 is about to get underway. Hi, everybody. I'm Robbie Floyd. When we talk about this consistency you have to have throughout the year, let's look at the schedule. Yeah, we're in Baltimore, Maryland, but you also have to be strong when it comes to stop number 2. The Vans Invitational, the Right Guard Open in Cleveland, Ohio is followed by the Vans Invitational. Then we go down to Salt Lake City and the Toyota Challenge, and we round out the field in Orlando at the PlayStation Pro. So it's not all about one event. It's about 5 events to win that coveted Dew Cup. BMX Dirt last year, Anthony Napolitan, he was a no-name coming into the first round, the Panasonic Open. He won that event. He came back strong throughout the year. He wins the last stop, and with it, he spins and twists his way to his first ever Dew Cup title. Anthony Napolitan, not the only big name that you'll hear from this year in BMX Vert. You remember Jamie Bestwick? He missed the first round in 05 due to the birth of his son Samuel. He didn't think he was going to compete in the first round of 06. He had some neck injury problems. With a little bit of surgery and a lot of prayer, he came back and won all but one stop of the 06 Dew Tour season and claims his second Dew Cup. In Skateboard Vert, another repeat winner, Bucky Lasek, at the last moment squeaked into his Dew Cup championship in 05. It was tenuous. It was close. It came down to Orlando at the PlayStation Pro, and all the weight in the world was on Bucky Lasek's shoulders. He comes on strong, and he knew after that second run, he had done it. He had gone back-to-back for Dew Cup championships. Freestyle motocross, there was no cowboy Kenny Bartram at the top of the standings. It was Nate Adams. The Arizona boy showed that he had the skills throughout the year, not at one stop. He linked them together just like he linked his tricks. And when you have backflip combinations like this Cordova backflip, you know you've got a strong routine. And Nate Adams had the target on his back, and he stood up throughout the year. BMX Park, we were looking for Ryan Gugler, but where in the world did Daniel Dares come from? There's where he came from. He had some of the best tricks all year, very consistent, and he kind of was a sneaker. He came into that last round, and there were 3 guys with a chance at the Dew Cup. Only one of them could really make his mark on the field at PlayStation Pro, and that man was Daniel Dares. He walked away with his first ever Dew Cup championship. And last, but definitely not least, the kid who you will see today, Skateboard Park champion in 05, he was unstoppable. 06, much the same thing. When people think of skate park on the AST Dew Tour, you think of Ryan Sheckler. He won 3 out of the 5 events last year, and he's looking to do even better this year. Ryan Sheckler goes back-to-back, backflips his way into another Dew Cup. He's been strong the past 2 years. For more on that, let's go to my skateboarding pro partner, Paul Zitzer.
Well, the question is can Ryan Sheckler three-peat? And I don't see why not. He's the premier contest skater. He's smart, consistent, and Tiffany is standing by with him right now. Let's go to her.
That's right. I'm here with Ryan Sheckler, owner of 2 Duke Cups. What is going to be your strategy going into the season?
I'm going to go in hard, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to have a ton of fun. So it's going to be fun. Me and Jeremy are going to be, going back and forth this whole year. So it'll be fun.
Lot to look forward to, and best of luck to you out there, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tiffany. Greg Lutzka about to drop in. He's coming off of a win last week, Paul. You like having that roll feeling where you kind of can't do nothing wrong.
That's right. I mean, he's no stranger to winning contests. He's won a Do Stop before. He's won Slam City Jam. And like you said, last weekend he just won an event. And you'll see why, hopefully, right here.
This is the AST Do Tour. This is the big time. He has won one of those. That was back in 05. He won the Vans Invitational in Portland, Oregon. He's trying for his second one here.
Greg is just so polished. Look at that frontside flip up the Euro gap. I mean, he looks like a video game character, sort of doing it perfect, landing on the bolts.
One of our first competitors to drop in means that they didn't necessarily qualify so well, and that's when it gets to the nitty-gritty. You have to qualify into these 12 riders to even get into the field, and it's kind of nerve-wracking in qualifying, have to squeak through, but hey, you start with a clean slate today.
Absolutely. I think a lot of these guys are just relieved to have made it to the finals, and they're just going to, at this point, they can just let it all hang out, sort of, and just do whatever they can.
His first run of 2.
Frontside 270, back lip, up and across the rail to finish his run. Nicely done.
And going uphill as well. You'll see some uphills and downhills. Definitely, we'll talk more on this course. Greg Lutzka showing you both sides, starting out at the top and working his way back up.
We're going to take another look at this frontside 270 to back lip. Look at that. No problem. He styles out of it like he's done it 100 million times, which he has.
Well, we wait for his score. Let's take a look at this format, Paul. You and I both know if you have those 60-second runs, you get 2 opportunities, but you have to come inside the top 6. If you do so, then it's jam time. 2 jam sessions, 2 5-minute jam sessions. It's really 33%, 33%, 33%, then we'll crown our champion.
Right.
And the score for Greg Lutzka, 81.25. We make the move to Jeremy Rogers, Boston, Massachusetts own. He has 2 Do Tour victories last year. Looking for his first this year, Paul. I think he is definitely the one that wants to step up with Ryan Sheckler. And they're buddies, though. It's kind of hard when you say, I want to beat you so bad, but yet he's your bro away from the scene.
Right. I mean, they want to win. They're here to win. But if that comes at the cost of your friend losing, so be it. They're okay with that.
Jeremy Rogers, the Goofy Footer, won a Goofy versus regular contest. I can't believe they have contests just to determine that, but he's on the Goofy side.
Yeah, barely. Well, when you watch him skate, you'll start to wonder. He skates switch so much, you start to wonder if he's a regular footer.
Leading with that right foot, and there you go.
There's that switch crooked grind down the rail, and he makes it look like that's the way he skates. There's a normal, regular backside 5-0. Little blunt on the quarter pipe.
Jeremy in 2005 finished 5th overall. He comes back at 2nd overall. He wanted to hang on there. Is this something the judges look for? If you hang on, even though you mess up that trick, is it something the judges look for? It's like, all right, he still pulled it out, although it wasn't flawless.
Not so much. A fall's a fall.
Making his way back into the middle portion, hitting the rail, and again, having problems, same area.
Yeah, when you step off, they're going to count that as a fall, and that's going to cost you. And when your board goes off the ramp and gets stuck, that's going to cost you even worse.
Time's money. Time's money,
Yeah.
Paul. And it's tough when it is the first event. And he is, flip him over. He is done. Jeremy Rogers is going to have that second run if he's going to win this Duke Cup. And we'll see Ryan Sheckler's run when we come back to the AST Do Tour. We're in Baltimore, Maryland, and more Skate Park right after this.
Haircut, vintage t-shirt, and designer jeans, $238. Looking like you just rolled out of bed? Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For street cred, there's MasterCard.
ESP, huh?
Yeah.
Sweet. That thing will morph. That thing will morph. It is morphing. Force field. Get the force field. Get up in there and shoot that. Drop a cluster bomb. Cluster bomb. Smash the cleat. Cluster bombs. Cluster bomb. Ugh.
Dude, get your own. PSP, now $169.99.
ESP.
I know it was you. There was one dew left in the fridge, and now it's gone, and you were the only one here.
He's yelling at the toaster again.
You knew I wanted that chance to win the flat screen and the Xbox 360. Is that how you want to do it? You want to play it like that? The toaster's got my due. The toaster's got my due.
Yes.
I'm gonna break him apart. I'm gonna break him apart. There he is. He's doing it again. Oh, you want to play it like that? Because I can do it all night long, baby. This is not over, dude. It's not over.
Transform your summer with Mountain Dew and a chance to win thousands of cool prizes daily.
In theaters July 4th.
Charlie, Henry, wake up.
What's wrong?
You're wasting your time sleeping when you could be texting. Left hand on top, right hand, sending a picture message. Texting!
Dad.
Text IM, Pix, and Flicks as much as you want to anyone on any network in the U.S. when you switch to the new Verizon Wireless Family Share Plan. Now buy this navigation-ready LG for our lowest price ever. Verizon Wireless.
TV dinner, TV dinner, TV dinner, and a TV dinner. $12. Breaking in your new flat screen? Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For groceries, there's MasterCard.
Monday. Don't miss an historic 3-hour event. A memorial service for Mr. McMahon. Raw, live Monday at a special start time on USA.
The AST Dew Tour is brought to you by Panasonic Plasma TVs, made for the speed of sports. Panasonic, ideas for life. By Mountain Dew, do something different, do the Dew. By Vans, off the wall since '66. And by Toyota, moving forward. The fans are cheering. They're ready to see Ryan Sheckler. He is up next trying to defend that Dew Cup title. So far, 2 years of the AST Dew Tour, and Ryan Sheckler has walked away with both titles. And look at the age. He's only 17 years old, and he is a phenom.
Yeah, and we could potentially see him around for the next 20 years. So get ready.
We're looking for the best run of this individual portion of our competition. The best run, those top 6 will move on to the jam format. We'll have 2 portions of the course for 5 minutes. They're all out there just mixed together. Let's take a look and listen to Ryan Sheckler, and these fans really love him here in Maryland.
Starting out pretty basic for Sheckler. I think he's just trying to get his feet under him. Coming in with that frontside feeble down the rail, though, and landing in the wedge. That's a pretty hot move. 360 flip fakie, kind of on the edge of the hip. Caballero up the Euro gap.
Missing the grind right there, and you see the smile on his face. He didn't have the best qualifying run yesterday. Had to step up in the second run. This is his first of 2.
There's the kickflip front board, up and across the rail.
Textbook Sheckler there. He's looking for a different line.
He's attacking the BMX section of the course.
Let's see what you got, Shaq. Oh, one for the grab up there, too. He knew that board was separated from you. See the smile on his face? Going for something different. Ryan Sheckler, our number 3 qualifier, and he's like, darn, but I'll have another shot at it.
Yeah, I don't think he's too worried about it. That was a pretty good run. I don't think he's going to be in first place with it, but I think, you know, hopefully he's going to be sitting pretty for the jam.
Greg Gillespie, the leader, 81.25. That's the mark to go by.
Here you see that Caballero up the Euro gap. He gets a little squirrely, sets up for the switch crooks, and I don't know, it just doesn't happen. It flops off the edge of the box. To him, that's nothing. He's surprised he nailed it. There's that kickflip front board. It's one of the more technical tricks you're going to see in the contest.
And then on the BMX side.
That is a giant Euro step-up gap.
And he was doing it without the grab. He wanted to do it without the grab, and it wasn't going to happen. And that last second, he reached for it, and that's when it got away from him.
Yeah, he sort of...
Ryan Sheckler started skating at age 6. It seems like he's been around forever. Going to the future school, has a 3.5 grade average. Biggest fear is barbecues. That's because last year he burned his foot on a barbecue pit on a vacation.
Yeah, almost ruined his season.
Yeah, and that's one of the only events he didn't win last year. And you see the score, 82.50. We do have a new leader. Ryan Sheckler moves into first place.
Wow, he is in first place.
So surprising. Does that surprise you? I know you said it may not be.
That surprises me a little bit. I'm not going to go yell at the judges, but, you know.
I didn't see many mess-ups by Greg Lutzka. Maybe a little bit more difficult tricks by Sheckler, but not too many off moves by Lutzka.
Right, I think we're looking at a judgment call, but that's okay. Skateboarding is subjective. It's an art form.
Austin Seaholm in the starting gate, ready to go from Anaheim, California, 21 years old. He had 2 fifths on the Dew Tour, both 05 and 06. Let's grind uphill.
Yeah, he's a consistent skater. He's not necessarily the guy who's going to win the contest, but hey, anything's possible. Nice blunt slide down that hubba. Setting up for a big south flip over the hip. You're not going to see that from anyone else today. Backside 180, 1 foot.
Did you see that? Look, no hands. Did you see that?
Yeah. He can pack more tricks into a contest run than anyone on this course, I guarantee it.
I talked to Austin just a moment ago, and I said, what's the one trick that's going to put you over the top? What's the big banger trick you have? He said, I really don't have one big one. I've got a lot of really good ones.
Right, like what he just did. Nose stall, switch it around to tail to revert. Look at that. Wow. He's just linking them together. Nose slide, 270, shove it out.
I guess that was part of a lot of good ones portion of his routine, huh?
Yeah, he just keeps them coming. There's that big 1 foot transfer up. Nollie nose, manual 180. Outside hook out.
Showing some love as time expires. The crowd likes it. A full pool for Austin Seaholm.
Yeah, that was a really good run. I will be interested to see how the judges score that. That could very well.
You gotta put him at the top.
I'm putting him on top.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. The crowd knows it. Let's find out if the judges really know it.
Right. The only thing holding Austin Seaholm back is he is sort of he's not necessarily the tricks the judges are always looking for. But here you see that nose stall, the tail, backside revert.
But variety should play a factor as well. Just because you don't see it week in and week out, that should be a bonus, not a detriment.
I agree with you. And I think they're going to reward him here. I really do.
Ryan Sheckler, the leader with an 82.5. The judges deliberate on Austin Seaholm's score. He was the number 2 qualifier. Not much of a surprise that he was up there, but a lot of people were really looking for Jeremy Rogers, Ryan Sheckler. But we have 2 other guys that stepped up in qualifying. One of them being Rodolfo Ramos. Boys, give it some props. 87.25. He does take the lead, almost 5 full points in front. So the judges show him some love, and that should be enough to get him in that top 6 and move him in there. We get to see maybe some fresh stuff in his second individual run. Rodolfo Ramos, the number 1 qualifier. We talk about the Brazilians as maybe the best Brazilian out there, and we're used to seeing his brother in the top 10 or 12.
That's right. They're usually both in there. But this time, it's up to Rodolfo to hold it down for the Ramos brothers.
Dr. Ramos, his brother, didn't make it through qualifying. Rodolfo does, 23-year-old out of Cascavel, Brazil. And I don't care who you are. If you qualify first in a Dew Tour event, you have some, mad skills in your back pocket. Let's see what he has. A 60-second run, 10 seconds into it, only pulls out 1 trick.
Wow, there's a big frontside 180 switch crooks up the rail. Coming back down the rail, little lip slide into the wedge. Frontside 180, 1 foot.
1-footer is becoming more and more popular, isn't it?
Yeah, it's making a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
Seen too many of those since 87. Hard flip up the Euro.
Oh, and he lost. Great save there. That saved him a lot of time.
Yeah, it did. That could have been 20 seconds.
Slow on the flip. Very, very slow. Couldn't get the rotation.
Yeah, and I'm feeling some of that wind up here, though. That might have been playing into that board not coming all the way around.
Yeah, you see the flags blowing a lot in the back Sheckler, and you see his shirt right there. It's not just because he's flying through the course. It is very windy here in Baltimore, Maryland, and time is going to be up for Rodolfo Ramos. Our #1 qualifier didn't get that run that he was looking for. But he'll look for his second run. And Ryan Sheckler looks for a little redemption. He sits in second, but on top of them all is Austin Seaholm. First run of 2 is underway. We'll be back right after this.
Steve McCann never quits, and neither does his deodorant. Choose the long-lasting protection of Right Guard Extreme.
Truck guys told us what matters in a half-ton is guts, so we gave this truck a big rear axle, a stronger frame, and the biggest honking bed. All to help it handle payloads of 2,000 pounds. Which answers the age-old question of how to put a ton of whatever in a half-ton bag. Available on the all-new full-size Tundra. The truck that's changing it all.
No, what'd she say?
She said whatever.
No, she says that all the time.
What's that?
Hello? I'm on the phone.
Mom, I'm on the phone!
Hello? I'm on the phone.
Who's this? It's me. I'm on the phone. Mom.
Oh, you're on the phone. All right.
Sorry!
Sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Who are you talking to? Kelly?
Mom.
All right.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
This is a man who almost learned to walk at a rehab center that almost got built by people who almost gave money. Almost gave. How good is almost giving? About as good as almost walking.
1-800-556-7087.
Vin Diesel is the toughest action hero ever.
We're good.
The Pacifier, the 3-night USA Network television premiere continues tomorrow at 8 on USA. Characters welcome.
Log on to motocross.com for expanded Dew Tour FMX coverage, highlights, and exclusive behind-the-scenes footage. Welcome back to the AST Dew Tour. We're at stop number 1 of 5 in Skateboard Park. As we look at our top 6, you'll see some familiar names: Seaholm, Sheckler, Lusker, DeAndre, Terrace, and Colamonaco, but you do not see Jeremy Rogers up there. Paul Zitzer, this is a big story. If he does not make it, he's losing a lot of ground.
Yeah, and he struggled in the prelims. He's struggling a little bit here, but all it takes is this one run. I mean, they're taking the best out of the 2 to determine the top 6. So there's no question he can pull it together. He just has to do it.
That 67 really gets him nowhere. He has to have a solid second run, finish in the top 6. Then we'll reshuffle the field. They'll have that jam session. He spins the wheels. He's ready to go. This is Jeremy Rogers, his second and final run. If he doesn't come in the top 6 right now, his day is done.
Starting off with a little lip slide across the rail. Coming in for that switch crooks down the rail. Very calculated right now. I mean, he's got to be thinking, just stay on. Backside 5-0. Up the hubba. The hubba. Little blunt fakie on the quarter pipe. Straight into that Cavalier. Down the Euro. That's what got him in his last run.
And did you see how deliberate he was on the takeoff, too? I mean, he was already twisted. He never even left his foot. It looked like he was really trying to focus on that one trick.
Yeah, maybe he focused a little too hard. Backside flip getting away from him, too.
He's out of it. This is the guy who we started out the show saying he was the only guy that really put the pressure on Ryan Sheckler last year. Took 2 of the 5 victories, and I don't see it happening. I don't see him having it coming in that top 6. He already has 2 falls, and he only has less than 8 seconds seconds remaining.
Yeah, that was a beautiful fakey crooks across that rail. Frontside big spin getting away from him up the Euro. That's not going to do it.
Now every point counts, Paul. He currently sits at 11th right now. If he doesn't make it in the top 6 and he finishes 7th, 8th, or 9th, that could really play an important factor in our last stop at the PlayStation Pro in Orlando. Every point counts in this 5-event series.
Right, we've seen that happen before.
And Ryan Sheckler is looking on, going, I cannot believe it. That's his buddy, Paul Rodriguez, another guy who did not make it into our finals round. He didn't even make it to this point.
Right, he was one out, and that was a shocker. Here he's setting up for that Caballero. They had a little bit.
Watch him here, right, though. Look at him. He's already corking it up before he ever left. He had that on his mind in a big way.
Yeah, but you saw right when he took off, his front foot started to slide, and that's all she wrote.
Get it? Kane Sheckler there, Ryan's brother, gives a little pat on the back going, hey, happens to the best of us.
Maybe he'll get him in Cleveland.
Biggest surprise of the event so far, not better than his first run, a 61.75. That's going to be it for Jeremy Rogers. Up next, Ryan Sheckler, and with more, let's go down to Tiffany Simons.
All right, guys, I was talking to Ryan right before the competition started. He's actually dealing with some back problems. Turns out on Saturday he was filming for a video part, took a really hard fall off of his skateboard, landed on his back, so he took some medicine and he came out here today. I asked him, I said, hey, compared to the injury you had in Denver last year on your foot, which one's worse, that one or this one? He gave me a smile and he said, hey, this one I can at least deal with. So I think he's dealing with it pretty well so far.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany. Yeah, I mean, he was definitely in pain, but last year he had that foot kebab going, you know, burned himself on the barbecue, stepped on the open fire. Said he's like an 8 out of 10 on the pain scale. That's hard to deal with, Paul. I don't care who you are and how young you are. 8 out of 10 is a long way up the scale.
That's right. We saw earlier he fears barbecues.
Now he's fearing. It was a Plan B video he was scheduled for. Now he's having to go to Plan C. It was a 2-story house, and he dropped down to the second one. But look at that. There's a big drop right there for Sheckler.
Yeah, big front side tuck knee air.
82.5 was his first run score. Only bettered by Austin Seaholm. Sheckler, he doesn't like second best. I'll put it that way.
No, and there's that front side feeble down the rail. That is a good-looking trick. And when that one goes bad, it can take you out. Caballero up the step up. He's looking solid. There's that switch crooks. He bailed in his first run, makes it in this run perfectly.
Already a little redemption for Ryan Sheckler.
That nollie kickflip up the Euro.
Now he can take his time and set up much like a gymnast would on the mat. Got to get in perfect position, going uphill.
I don't know if he would like you comparing him to a gymnast, but we're going to let that one slide.
The Bart Connor of skateboarding, maybe? That's all right, I'm tired with it.
He's transferred over to the BMX section. He's going for this big chip grab. Manual.
Yeah, nice. He wanted to do it that first time, and he had to go for a grab. You hear the crowd, you see the crowd, and the guy who sits in sex, Curtis Colamonaco, is cheering him on right down there in front of him. Look at that. Crowd's getting what they paid for. What a run. 60 seconds is over and done. Will it be enough to knock off Austin Seaholm? He's going to be in our top 6, but will he be our top qualifier going into the jam session? He did it. Very impressive and a lot of rebates, Paul.
Yeah, see, he's calculated. He knows what he's doing. He plans out his runs. He doesn't let some falls get him down. There's the Caballero up the Euro gap. There, straight in that switch crooks, which he struggled on in run number 1. Kickflip front board. No problem. Look at that. Landing on the bolts.
Backside board slide coming up there. After you've already had that kit variation. I love this. 21 to do the first one all the way up at the top. This is the BMX portion. Manuals it out and just rides it away. And you can see everybody cheering him on in the background. Nice move. He goes big.
Yeah, and that is a huge step up. That is like 8 feet.
It's not a transition. It's a full-on transfer, Paul.
Yeah. Seaholm is psyched. He might feel first place slipping out of his grasp, but we'll see.
It's up to the judges. Let's see what they have to say. Ryan Sheckler currently in second place.
Every point counts at this point.
We'll see if the judges move him into that number 1 position. It looked like a very good run. And the score, a 91-75 for Ryan Sheckler, and only 2 athletes remain in this individual portion of our runs. Austin Seaholm just saw the throwdown of the day by Ryan Sheckler. He gave him props. Now it's his turn to one-up. That's a beautiful thing. When you qualify better than your competitors, you always have that opportunity.
Right. And he who laughs last.
I like that. Can I use that sometime?
Go ahead.
Austin Seaholm was in the lead. Ryan Sheckler knocked him out. Now he's looking for a shot. Whoa!
Humongous 360 foot tail grab. See, this, he does not do conventional tricks. A lot of times the judges don't know what to do with him, but when you're ripping like this, you're ripping.
8 times up.
Big frontside 3 up that gap, and he went for the frontside ollie, late shove at Disaster on the quarter pipe. Got away a little bit. Whoa! Frontside flip, late shove it up the Euro. See, I mean, you're not going to see that from anyone else other than Seaholm.
In all of the disciplines that you will see on the AST Dew Tour, extension, how long you hold out something is always key in the judges. That's what you're seeing out of Austin Seaholm. It's not quick, it's not snappy. He's stalling it, stretching it out, like right there.
You're not seeing him hold back. You know, he's fully going for it. No slide up. 270, shove it out. Nollie blunt, Disaster, back Smith. It's harder to say maybe than it is to do. I'm not even sure. He's having a good time.
You've got to be on your game as an announcer, don't you, Paul Zizer? Because it's hard to keep it up with all these tricks. It's not like some sports where you have one individual trick. You've got combos in skate park, and also see on showed his variety right there. And I'm sure we'll see it again in the jam session.
Yeah, I don't know that he's going to improve on his first run score, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. He's sitting in second. He can take it into the jam, improve from there.
Not improvement, but some different stuff, and also some different flavor.
Exactly. That was that huge 360 flip tail grab, and this is the frontside flip late shove it. Flipping it with his back foot late.
That was awesome.
Here's that 360 flip, frontside rock and roll. Yeah.
And there's the board slide to switch.
And at the end, right there, just a little miss. You see the smile on his face.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that skate light can be a little grippy on your feet. Maybe he twisted his knee a little bit, but I don't think that's going to take him out.
Hold on to his thigh right there. I'm sure Timmy will get a word from him in just a moment. It did not better his first run, scored 86 in run number 2, but he'll go off of that 87.25. Good enough for second place. Only Ryan Sheckler is in front of him. Again, it's 33% of your score. The 6 riders that push onto the jam format, led by Ryan Sheckler, Seaholm, D'Andrade, Luska, Ramos, and Terrace. One athlete missing from the mix, Jeremy Rogers. Man who won 2 events last year is not going to make it into the jam here in Baltimore. We'll have that jam format when we can return to Baltimore, Maryland, to the Panasonic Open.
Sunday on the hit series The 4400.
It's not just about getting into Billy Shot, it's about making a difference.
There are new 4400s every day.
Stop!
For all we know, they're just getting started. And you won't believe who's just become one.
Hello?
An all-new episode of The 4400. Sunday at 9 on USA. Characters welcome.
Monday. Don't miss an historic 3-hour event.
Superstars from Raw, SmackDown, and ECW will join us.
A memorial service for Mr. McMahon. Plus, the federal investigation into the demise of the chairman widens. Raw live Monday at a special start time, 8, 7 Central on USA.
You think that's surprising? Get this, Diet Dew has all the intensity of regular Dew with none of the calories.
PSP, huh?
Yeah.
Sweet. That thing will morph. That thing will morph. It is morphing. Force field. Get the force field. Get up in there and shoot that. Drop a cluster bomb. Cluster bomb. Bash the creed. Cluster bombs. Cluster bomb.
Dude, get your own. PSP. Now $169.99.
PSP.
Wait, I'm almost done. I said, give me a minute. What?
Okay, truce.
Hunger get what hunger want. Big, tasty, ballpark Frank.
Shaun White, a man you'll be seeing tomorrow on NBC at the Panasonic Open as we continue with some skateboard. Bert, the #1 qualifier, and you can see it here for the AST Dew Tours Panasonic Open. The heaviest hitter in action sports, Shaun White, will be live. Welcome back to Baltimore, Maryland, everyone. You can see the wind blowing, but it is huge. A ton of excitement here. Thousands of fans on hand at the Skateboard Park Finals. We've had our individual portion of the competition and a little bit of controversy or something happened right there at the end. Tiffany Simons, what do you have on Austin Seaholm? It looked like he might have been injured.
All right, it's not as bad as it looked. I walked back there, found Austin on the floor face down with his leg being held up by a trainer. I said, is he okay? They looked at me, they said, he's fine. He just had a couple of cramps in his leg. He looked at me, he raised his head and he said, I'm cool, I promise. Gave me a high five. I think he's gonna be just fine, guys.
Bananas and water, bananas and water. Just keep loading up on a little salt in your diet. It happens, and we already talked to one of the athletes earlier, said they experienced some cramps. A warm day today, but it's kind of breezy, so you don't really feel that hot.
When you have 6 of the greatest proper skateboarders that we have in the mix, you're going to definitely want to pay attention because
Ryan Sheckler, the boys starting to warm up, getting ready for the jam session. This is the first of two. They kind of split the course, Paul. They split the course in half, but you only deal with this one portion of the course for 5 minutes. It's mass chaos if you've never seen it before.
Right, but the first segment is going to be the downhill section of the course. And in they go.
Looks like a train to me. This isn't a competition. This is your bros right out of the park. Isn't
That's a race.
Luska's in the lead. And this is only, well, I say only, this is 33% of your total score. We add the individual, it gets 33%, then your first jam, then the second jam.
Right, and it's important to note, watching this jam, that the judges don't care about falls. What they're looking for is the guy who can do the most best tricks. So if you have to fall a few times to make them, so be it.
The most best, even the best guys. The plural form. And one of the surprises is Matthew Terrace from Baltimore, Maryland, the local, making it into this jam session. I mean, a big surprise, having to make his way through open qualifying. It's his first big event.
Right, yeah, he kept it pretty low-key, but he just skated great all the way through, and here he is in the jam. There you see Austin Seaholm, backside 360, front foot impossible over the hip, sliding out. Sheckler, kickflip, backside lip slide, getting a little squirrely, sliding out on that. But don't worry about it, the judges aren't.
We focus on Luska. We were wondering when we first saw this course how they would approach going uphill. Downhill, yeah, I mean, it's a normal transition, but when you're having to push uphill, it's another number.
They're getting about one trick up the rail, and then they're pretty much just pushing their way back up to the top. Sheckler, backside flip over the hip. Trying to step off before he gets launched fakey into that giant wedge.
I'm curious to see Austin Seaholm. I've seen him 2 different times. He keeps grabbing his leg as well. There he goes, on cue. Tiffany say they're holding his leg up. They're trying to stretch. He's cramping up, but it looks like that thigh muscle trying to lock up on him. And he's in some pain for sure.
Yeah, and that's only going to get worse as he keeps skating. But Caballerial kickflip over the hip.
Just under halfway through. And this is another thing, collision factor. When you're talking about one portion of the course, you see Greg Luska making sure that somebody hasn't taken off on the same line. Now we have a heads-up action here, and you saw Luska go just by Austin Seaholm. Austin probably didn't want to trick. He might not have wanted to trick that hip, but he didn't have any option because Luska was rolling by him on the near side rail.
Lutzka coming back. There's Carey. He's back. Front side 270 flip over the hip. Cam kick flip over the hip for Sheckler. These guys are going for the big guns right now.
Well, we're halfway through this first jam session, looking for 33% of the total score. Side by side, there's Terrace getting to show his wares just in front of Lutzka. Lutzka having to get the wave through the flyby, not able to trick out.
And this is sort of an endurance contest as well. These guys get super tired. You just got to keep plugging away. Hoping you make some of your big bangers. Hoping the judges notice. See how frontside grind to switch crooks. Sheckler with the back spin. Front feeble, I couldn't quite tell if he was on the rail or the leg. Backside 360.
Glasgow with a good performance in the qualifying. Currently sits in fourth place, making his way into this jam format final. Andrade looking for that moment again. It's a weight session too. It's not just about you going out there doing your thing. You have to work your way around everybody else.
Right. Outside 270 lip. Sheckler. Lutzka's back in. Frontside 270. Nose blood slide. Wow. That's a big points move.
I'm getting lost in there. I thought that was backside. If you're like nose blood slide, because you know he made that switch and comes around.
Depending on how you take on to get into tricks, it sounds crazy, but lip slide could be a point slide.
I think this is the most difficult, most technical sport that we have all of our disciplines out there. There's so many styles, variations, and you see numerous variations in one air, one trick.
Right, especially when you got seats.
Coming down to the waiting moments, less than 20 seconds. The time ticks off, and another drive by Lutzka. Well, maybe not. You talk to the judges, they're looking for a specific thing.
They're looking for hard tricks right now. I mean, they don't really care about your standard cookie grind down the rail or your lip slide. They want to see the best tricks these guys have. And so if they have to fall a few times, that's okay. But you better be making some of your best stuff.
Yeah, it's not numbers of stock tricks. They want to see some big banging tricks out there. They want to see some huge amplitude. Austin C. Holmes said, man, drink some water. I'm glad to get through my first jam. And we'll see if he can find his way through the second. He's shaking his head. Hey, Ryan Sheckler, remember, he's battling pain right now as well. He said he's an 8 out of 10 as far as the pain factor, but it looks like he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, and from what we saw in that jam, I can't really make any educated guess about who's in the lead or who's not. I hope the judges have a better idea of who did what.
Well, you look at the way that they finished from the earlier portion, and Sheckler was in the lead. Let's take a look at Greg Lutzka, who was in fourth place, having plenty of opportunity to move up.
Here's a frontside 270 lip. Made nicely. There he's trying to frontside 270 kickflip over the hip. He scaled it back and did it, just took out the kickflip, frontside 270 over the hip.
Baby steps.
Yeah, there's that frontside 270 to backside nose blunt slide. I think he's the only person doing that trick. Very difficult.
And we saw him pull off some tricks. Austin Seaholm had some struggles coming into this jam with cramping, having some struggles in his routine as well.
Nose slide, whipping it around to backside tail, and just slipping it out.
Would have been a good maneuver if he could have held on, but he was holding on to that right thigh.
Right. The old leg grab.
And he had some room to possibly lose. He's looking to improve and get in front of Ryan Sheckler. But Sheckler, we saw him stick quite a few of his tricks. Really, Lutzka, another guy that was sticking his tricks. So let's take a look at Ryan first.
There's the kickflip frontside board slide, landing on the bolts. Coming back for more. Backside 270 lip. Didn't really even get over the rail. Feet were off.
Setting up one more time, another missed trick. Will it be enough? He is in the lead after the first portion of the individual portion. The first jam is done. We'll find out those scores when we come back to the first stop of the AST Dew Tour from Baltimore, Maryland, right after this.
name is Michael Weston. I was just blacklisted by the CIA, NSA, and every other government agency with initials.
Someone put a burn notice out on me.
In the last 24 hours, I was kicked in the head, shot at, and 4 ribs broken. My credit cards canceled, all my savings wiped out.
The account is frozen.
And now I'm stuck in Miami with the feds on my tail. So, how was your day?
Burn Notice, a new original series. Commercial-free premiere Thursday at 10. Only on USA. Sunday, USA's Can't Miss original series are back-to-back with all new episodes.
Stop!
First at 9.
You think a 4,400 ability behind this?
It's the 4,400.
Since when do you care about getting an ability? It's just about getting an ability, Sean. It's about making a difference.
Followed by an all-new Dead Zone at 10.
So, you're the new sheriff?
Sheriff Bannerman may have deputized you, but not me. I'm gonna shoot somebody.
That's what I saw. Drop the gun!
It all starts Sunday at 9 with the 4,400. Followed by the Dead Zone at 10. Only on USA. Characters welcome.
People always ask me how I want to do this for a living. It's my passion, it's my heart. I've been doing it since I was a little kid, and I don't feel like I'm risking anything. If you find anything you like, it's in your heart, you're willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. My name is Mike Mason, and I ride.
Toyota introduced the Prius Hybrid and created a phenomenon. In fact, it took us by surprise. So we made more, which means you can find the right one for you. And we're offering savings up to $2,000 on option packages for the first time. America, your Prius is ready. The wait is over. Test drive America's most fuel-efficient car today.
Dish Network Pay-Per-View presents $1.99 movies only on the Last Chance channel.
I'm completely ashamed of myself.
This movie's available for a limited time. Order it now before it's gone for good. Go to channel 538, the Last Chance channel, where $1.99 delivers the greatest movies from Dish Network Pay-Per-View.
There's even more to Dish Network than ever before. Dish Network has partnered with the best DSL providers to bring you high-speed internet. Save $100 when you order now. Surf the web fast. Download music and videos up to 90 times faster than dial-up. Plus, you'll have a dedicated home connection, not a shared connection like cable modems. High-speed internet and Dish Network. It's about time. Call now and save $100.
Monday, don't miss an historic 3-hour event, a memorial service for Mr. McMahon. Raw live Monday at a special start time on USA.
Welcome back to the urban environment of the Camden Yards Sports Complex, where the Panasonic Open Skateboard Park Finals. You see the jam session #1 scores. Ryan Sheckler separates himself from the field, but making a jump up into second. Greg Lutzka, you see the drop by Austin Seaholm, having some leg problems, and we flip it over and we look at the combined scores between our individual and jam #1, and Ryan Sheckler really is going to separate himself from the field, Paul.
Yeah, he's definitely looking good going into the second jam.
Lutzka now is in second. Dan Trotty holds on to his third spot. This is the second jam. 5 minutes. You really got to show your stuff. Ryan Sheckler thought he had a comfortable lead going into the last stop last year, and Jeremy Rogers was nipping at his heels and admitted at the very end and only his second loss of the year. So anything can happen, and it looks like Lutzka may be the only guy who can do it.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that Sheckler is going to let that happen.
Not again.
No. There's that nollie flip up the Euro gap, perfectly executed, like he's done time and time again. See Lutzka with a little 360 flip.
Sheckler with another tail slide. Sheckler just racking up the points right here.
Carlos Andrade. And Sheckler's back in.
And I'm missing one guy out there. We talked about the difficulties with Austin Seaholm. Tiffany Simons, you have more?
Said you were okay. He said, I thought I was. He said, I thought I was. He didn't think he had any issues. However, as you can see, he's cramping up really bad. Turns out he broke his toes a couple of weekends ago. This is the first weekend Austin has actually skated. And as you can see, his body is just not cooperating with him right now.
Thanks a lot, Tim. Man, that's tough times out there. When you're trying to back off of broken toes is one thing, but you know, when the training factor of you not skating out there affects you, that's a whole other deal.
Right, what are you going to do about that? I mean, I suppose he could have been hitting the gym, though. Taking it easy on the toes, of course. But anyway, Nollie heel flip up the Euro from Sheckler. Big frontside 360 ollie up the gap.
Making it down high speed.
Muska and Sheckler right now are pretty much going at it trick for trick. This jam is looking a little bit more solid than the last one we saw.
Check up the gap. Another flip trick gone awry for these guys.
I think Sheckler is looking like he's going to hang on to his lead right out the win at this contest.
Muska is pulling it out. That's always another bonus too for the judges. If you see some guy try and pull off a trick and then you go back and just have got that in the back, I can do it. Judges love that kind of stuff. Then they can qualify their score, and he does another miss.
2.5 minutes down.
With the nose one slide up the rail. 3 hop moves. Sheckler back in. Staying on, keeping some basics going. Racking up some points. Or maybe just trying to hang on to the ones he has. Big backside flip to flat.
Carlos Andrade, again, not the tallest guy, but he has some huge amplitude. Greg Luska does as well. He sits in second place after the first jam. It's a combined format, 33%, 33%, in this final jam section will give you that final 33%, and oh, he got all hung up there. I like this kid. Matt Harris. I mean, when you come out here in your first big competition and you're competing against Ryan Sheckler, he might be a few years, you know, younger than you, but I mean, he's the best in the world at it, and just to be on that stage, that big stage, is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he's handled it well. He's handled it like a champ.
Sheckler making that transfer. See, that's cool. You see the determination you get. He's really, really focused. You got that Michael Jordan incident.
Look at that huge 360 flip off that gap. Oh, switch frontside blunt on the quarter pipe, shooting out a little bit. But
you got to roll it. You see the mouth open. It's not Michael Jordan-esque. He's gasping. This isn't a video shoot. This isn't just cruising around the park. This is it's not a street course by any means. This is a full-on park course. It looks like a video game.
Up the ledge. Big backside nollie heel for Sheckler. Not getting it quite all the way around. See, I think these guys are running out of a bit of steam.
Do you think?
I think they might be.
80 plus degrees today. There you go. So close.
That's a big drop.
It's about 8 feet probably. Huh? At least 7.
At least 7. Trying to take each other out.
In the corner, you're seeing Carlos with a big trick, and Greg Luska does pull it off, and the crowd shows him love.
Perfect frontside flip from Luska.
He did a full Dave Chappelle snap. I pulled it off.
Sheckler wanted a 360 flip, so he was just stay neck and neck with Luska during that jam. But
wanted him, but didn't get it.
Didn't get it. First time, you know, maybe Luska's going to run away with that jam, but
he might have pulled that gap in just a little bit after that second jam. But we'll find out when we return. Matt Terrace, the local man, what a great showing, his first ever AST Dew Tour event. But we'll find out the standings when we return.
Get a piece of the Dew Tour on your VCast phone with clips of winning runs, thrills, spills, and more. Only from Verizon Wireless.
You're messing with the wrong guy.
We're up to 1 million hits. Sweet. Who is it?
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, right.
PSP, huh?
Yeah.
Sweet. That thing will morph. That thing will morph. It is morphing. Force field. Get the force field. Get up in there and shoot that. Drop a cluster bomb. Cluster bomb. Bash the crate. Cluster bombs. Cluster bomb.
Dude, get your own. PSP, now $169.99.
PSP. Indian mongoose popular. When you say mongoose?
Mongoose.
Mongoose is Stevie McCann in the double downwind 360.
Beautiful mongoose.
100% chance of mongoose.
Simon Terrone spinning his mongoose 900.
Have you no idea what a mongoose?
Power of mongoose.
Mongoose smooth.
It's the triple tail whip from Mongoose Rider Cameron White.
Steve McCann never quits, and neither does his deodorant. Choose the long-lasting protection of Right Guard Extreme.
The world's best action sports stars make their first stop on the AST Dew Tour.
This is an incredible run! Ladies and gentlemen, do you want it? Do you need it? Let me hear it!
Panasonic Open continues tomorrow at midnight on USA.
Good street course to put on.
The AST Dew Tour is brought to you by PSP and Memory Stick Duo. Share yourself. By Mongoose, #1 from day one. And by Ballpark Franks. Hunger gets what hunger wants. Big, tasty Ballpark Franks. And by MasterCard, a proud sponsor of the AST Dew Tour. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. So let's find out who the winner of the Panasonic Open Skate Park Finals. Let's sit it down to public address announcer, Mr. Brad J.
And of course,
your winner. Let's make some noise for Ryan Sheckler.
Ryan Sheckler, you've done it again. You've never lost the first stop of the Dew Tour. You gotta admit that probably feels really good, huh?
Yeah, I like to start the season off good, you know. Like I told everyone, I told my family, my dad, you know, we're coming out strong. Ricky Carmichael, I look up to him a lot, and he won his first contest. So, you know, just trying to have some fun, and it worked out.
Any part of this competition give you a hard time today?
Yeah, qualifying again. Like, it was crazy. You know, I had to bank on my second run both times. So next one, it won't be like that.
All right, well, good luck, and we'll see you in Cleveland.
Awesome, I'll see you there.
So Ryan Sheckler blows away the field with a win. He is now the points leader going into Cleveland. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific, turn to NBC Sports for more competition from the AST Dude Tour. Up next on USA Network, stay tuned for the movie Out of Sight. For Paul Zitzer, Tiffany Simons, and our entire crew here, I'm Robbie Floyd saying so long from